All right, are you ready for this?
In today's episode, we go deeper than we've ever gone before, drilling for an aquifer to feed our new well.
Whoa!
As we get another step closer to the habitation license for the mill. But just how low will they have to go?
That right there looks like it's the tip of the drill bit. Buon suerte!
Yes.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin.
Hey adventure lovers, by the end of this episode, we are going to have our well drilled and a new source of water on our land. See all this stuff? I got to get this stuff moved. Somewhere in this vicinity is where our well is going to be drilled, or commonly known as a borehole. If you guys have ever seen how they come out and check for water in the area, they use these like copper, aluminum, or wire sticks, and they walk around, and when they cross, it tells you there's water there. It's a little woo-woo. I'm not totally sure what to believe on it. And when Brittany and I first decided that this property was for us, we needed to make sure that a well could be drilled here, because if we couldn't have another source of water other than the stream, we could never get our habitation permit, our license for living in the house, and that was crucial. So it's been a long time coming that we knew we were gonna have the well drilled. We had been granted the license. I'm really excited about this. So some of you who also follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Patreon, you guys will know that Brittany's been back in Florida with her girlfriends and her family and mom and grandma. So let's give her a call and tell her this exciting surprise.
Good morning.
I have some very exciting news to tell you.
I can't imagine.
You can't imagine what the news is? They're gonna be drilling the borehole tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh. Wow, how exciting. That one's been a year in the waiting. We made sure before we purchased to know that they could drill this well. And the time has come.
Mr. Slug, you're cool. I'm gonna relocate you to a safe spot. Nice little mossy, damp spot right there. There you go, buddy. Put you right there. All right, gotta get the pallet down, the 12.5 bags of cement moved, cover back up with this tarp, and on to the next thing. Our spot is looking nice and clean and flat and ready to go. But last I gotta get is a cement mixer down to the bottom over here. And what blows my mind is that we got a container last fall. The container is over the top full. It is chock full from all the things in the house, all of our tools, all of our equipment, things we get sent from sponsors. So we put it all in the container and it's just too full. I gotta say, I'm quite ashamed of how messy my workshop is. It's not usually how I roll. I mean, I can barely walk through here. Whoa. Turned more into a storage center than anything. But our idea is to get another container, and that's why we have been really adamant about clearing this whole area here and making a space for it. That way we can just keep things that should be out of the elements, like all the wood and beautiful stuff that came out of the mill. Just a lot of things that are stored under tarps out here that I would love to have in a secure, watertight container. So much is happening, so much, guys. I sometimes get a little overwhelmed, and yeah, I just gotta keep it all together in the head. That's all I can say about that. Good morning, our little princess. You happy? You find a nice sunny spot? Tom likes to sleep in. I like to sleep in too, Tom. It's a beautiful day. The sun's rising over the ridge behind the mill here. And I just want to double check our spot. Everything is cleared. It ended up raining last night, so I'm hoping the machine won't have any problems parking in this area. It's pretty soft, but I think that's what they're used to and what they do. But as I was walking down here, I got to show you guys something. The grass is taking root so much better than I thought, and I think it's because we've gotten so much rain. Wow, all of it's like a ½ an inch tall. Never been so excited about grass. It's the cat pack. Everyone's here. Somebody's drinking, somebody's eating, somebody's just observing and chilling. That's a beautiful thing. I'm guessing this is the generator and this is the actual drilling machine. He said they unload it off the trailer here, and the machine, they'll drive down to the bottom right near the moinho where they'll be drilling. This might be the hardest part of the job. They got to get this entire rig turned around and our little curved corner behind the camper right now. And I mean, look how long that thing is. It's gonna be a magical feat. So Hugo's been our main guy. He's been so helpful on the phone. He speaks great English, and we've started this process well over a year ago, just applying for the application to get the license to do this. We've been told other people in the Algarve have been having problems getting their wells drilled because they can't get the license to do so. There's a board called APA that controls all the drilling. They look at the water usage. There's a lot of issues in the Algarve due to the lack of water, and depending on how much it's rained per season, the dams being lowered, the farmers not having enough water, and without it, a lot of things can't happen. So for us, our project couldn't happen if we didn't have a well drilled for the moinho, because they didn't recognize a stream as a possible source of primary water for the house, and we needed a borehole, a well drilled to utilize that specifically for the house. They even requested that we show a document that we are too far away from the village to get connected to the mains, and so we're gonna have our own water source here, which is something that we wanted and knew we needed to make this license for living in the house possible. Looks like he's made it. They disconnected the trailer. He's free.
Where do you want it to do? This side or that side?
There's kind of funky property lines,
yeah,
and it's really tight, the urban article out here.
Yeah.
But I need to also be able to put a septic tank right here. You think over here's a better place?
Yeah, because even if you want to park a car or two,
we can put a cement top over it. Okay.
Because it stays right on the floor, because on the borehole it goes the pump, but the pump goes inside the borehole.
Ah.
And it only comes out one tube and one cable, and that can be on the ground until where you want to that tank. So sometimes we do the boreholes right on the way where the people park, and then you just do in cement a square with the iron temp on top, and it stays good.
And it's perfect.
Over here was not very
not
good
so
to
good.
do.
Okay.
4 or 5 meters inside your land. If it's on your land, it's not. That is not. Even if the number of the article is not the same, but that is not a problem.
Okay, then let's do it.
But
over
it
here.
makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Because over here, imagine, even with the rain and everything, if by any chance, then it starts sloping. Then it can break the tube of the borehole and everything. We never like to do it very much near to the slopes, because it's sometimes it's
more dangerous than breaks it. Plus, it gives me more room for the septic tank in the sanitary agua.
Okay, it makes much more sense.
How many boreholes have you drilled this week?
This week only one,
One?
Only one. But we normally do 150, 200 per year, so.
Can you believe that? 200 wells in a year?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you for being our guy.
No problem.
You can see these are the top tubes that they use. That will be the protective coat right at the surface, because rocks may be moving in this area. So we just determined that right here is not the best, and that over there would be better. Additionally, we had a conversation with our architect back months ago that we could put it here based on the property lines in the urban article, or we could put it over there, and he okayed that. So Hugo is confirming that right now, which feels really good that we have two opinions that allow us to put it and move it over here, which will give us a little bit more room for septic tanks. How deep do you think they're going to end up drilling?
I would say 100 or 120.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
It's the normal, because normally you start picking up water at 30 meters, 40 meters.
Okay.
The problem is that this water's more superficially. When you get to August, there's no water. So we have to rely on the water that we pick up lower. And lower, normally it's around 80, 90, 100. After you pick up the second layer of water, what we have to do is we have to drill 10 or 15 meters more. Why? Because the pump has to work below that stream of water.
Yeah. I saw that you quoted that you drill it 100 meters but hang the pump at 90. So whatever depth, you bring it up about 10 meters.
Yeah, but the borrow can be 100, 110, 90, but normally on that figures. Okay.
And how long do you think it'll take them? Will they work?
Today they will do for at least around 60 or 70 meters deep. Probably tomorrow they finish the drilling, they bring the tubes, and they finish the borrow. I think working normally, tomorrow it will be ready. The borehole, the pump no, but the borehole.
Yeah. And you bring the pump the next day and install it.
Yes, I'll arrange everything. We'll always have to check exactly. Imagine if the borehole by any chance stays with 90 meters, I have to put the pump at 80. So I only have the pump as soon as I know exactly the depth that I'm going to put it, because then it's different pumps. A pump to 80 meters is one thing, to 100 meters it's different. So I always need to know exactly the number of meters of the borehole to know exactly the type of pump. But probably tomorrow borehole will be ready.
I have a whole battery system over here to connect the power to.
For 220.
220. I love how they come on a pallet too. BLUETTI sent us 2 more B300 batteries. That's 3,000 watt hours in each one. So our system's gonna go from 3,000 watt hours to 9,000 watt hours. You can connect 4 of those to make over 12,000 watt hours. I mean, I can't wait to get these hooked up. I just haven't had the chance. Our container is a little too messy, but I can guarantee you by the end of this episode, I will have those bad boys hooked up. Gosh, that's gonna be so much power. 1 battery is incredible, but 3? Still on cloudy days like today, the panels being outside still throw a charge through the inverter that charge up this system and battery. Right now, I've still got our scooter charging. I had another flashlight charging, a couple miscellaneous things, and all of them are getting free energy from the sky. Look at this. It is really cloudy out. Still at 93%, getting about 80 watts of power in the system. And right now, I only have 2 PV350 panels out there for a total of 700 watts. You can connect several to make 2,400 watts. So that way, when you have a big system, you can charge it up super fast. You can also do a combined charge of solar and AC. I love that about this thing. It's so versatile. You can hook it up to your house, make it a home backup system, or you can use it in a workshop like us, or to power our future well. Just got to make a little more space somewhere in this vicinity. I love having them easily accessible by the front of our container here. If you guys want the ultimate power system for your camper, for your garage, your workshop, a home backup system, click the link in the video description below and use the code ADVENTURE for $100 off your system. Highly, highly recommend BLUETTI. It's been so reliable and an absolute amazing system to have on our property here as we convert and transform this magic mill. I'll show you my battery and my generator and you tell me what you think, but I'd like to do 3-phase, I think.
It gets there the energy better than the only one cable of energy, do you understand? So
perfecto. What time will they work till?
Usually until around 5 o'clock, 5, 6 maximum, and they go.
I'm here, and you back at 8?
And tomorrow probably they'll arrive like 10 o'clock, something like that.
Perfect, I'm here. Muito obrigado, thank you. You can see they're getting ready, everything's in place. They got the tube hooked up to the generator over here. I'm still curious how this contraption will actually work. Christian, is this the generator that runs that?
No, it's only the pressure.
Ah, okay. Just like a hand drill for screws, for parafuso.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it puts the pressure to chisel down into the earth.
Yeah.
Wow. Got the machine with all the pressure going, and he's checking all the oils, the lubricants. Want to make sure that their machine doesn't burn itself out. I understand running generators like that. That right there looks like it's the tip of the drill bit. Buon suerte!
Yes.
He just warned me I better get back. I think some spray. Preto? He's warning me. I don't want to get caked in. I don't have my work clothes on yet. Gasoleo? no idea what to expect as they started drilling there. They flipped the machine upright, got the bit on it, got the pressure to it, and then that huge cloud came up. That was so cool to see. It's a really good start. It is so black over here. Cada is Trace Met. They told me they've got 6 of these down in there right now. So they're at about 15 meters. They're like somewhere between 30 and 40 feet deep right now. That thing goes up. They put that in. All of that grease right there. It's really crazy how loud it still is up here at our camper, listening to the pounding of that drill just chiseling away at the earth. Those guys had taken a bit of a lunch break and it was super peaceful. No other crews are here working today. And then I went down there to check on, and it's like right when I got there, the thing fired back up and they're back at it. So I think they're gonna work probably for another 4 or 5 hours, just putting section after section in. And you see like how there's one guy who's handling all like the commands of the drill and checking everything, and the other 2 guys are his support hauling in those sections. But you can tell they've been sprayed with that black water, that oil, there's grease. You can feel the earth shaking, like literally just the vibration throughout the whole area. My hat's off to them for that work. Wow. But I am gonna get them some coffees because they look like they could use a little bit of energy. So what I've realized is they have a ton of these sections, these 3-meter sections, 9 foot, up here in the trailer, and they don't have a way to hook it back up because they're using the truck down here. So they're manually bringing quite a few of them down the hill to connect them down here. So not only do they have to hook them up each time, but now these guys have to carry these big heavy sections all the way down here. Oh, impressive. They just told me they're up to 26 of those sections down right now. They're close to 100 foot. So it's looking for an aquifer, like a big line of water way down in the earth. Yeah. Wow.
The way.
Ah, so a different type of material.
Yeah, this type, you know, good for the water.
So we know that we're close.
You find.
Wow.
You find,
wow. Ah, you can hear.
It's going in the borehole.
Wow.
It's going up.
So if I come and check in 5 hours, will I see water?
Oh, 5 hours in 1 hour?
1 hour.
1 hour.
It'll be spilling over.
Up.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's really exciting news. They're at 91 meters right now, and they're probably gonna have to drill about 20 or 30 more tomorrow. And you can hear the silence now throughout the air, so that's a wrap for the night. Sun's getting low on our valley. I see some little kitties. You look very happy and excited that it is silent around here, and it's also supper time. So this morning I was excited to see what the status of the well was. I came and checked the camera, and actually there's no water overflowing, which I was a little surprised by because he said within an hour we should have water flowing out here. This should have been gushing with water over, and I just see no evidence of that. So I'm hoping everything is going as planned. He's like, you're in a water-rich area, and we know that from drinking in the taps in the mountain, how crystal clear our stream is. This could be one of the last times we have to go find water around our mountain and fill up the jugs, not on our property, because we're about to get a well really soon.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the flow right now. We're at about 1,000 feet of elevation, which is a really nice place to be. And I'm really hoping that 300 feet down, we can hit one of those aquifers and reassure ourselves that we'll have water for years and years to come. Brittany and I always like to say, best possible outcome, and that's what we're aiming for on this. I gotta actually go pick up Brittany at the airport right now, and these guys are gonna show up while I'm gone, so I'm gonna set up a camera back here. And then somehow they gotta put, I guess, the sleeve all the way down. I'm not sure how that goes in the ground. We were quoted either for a PVC sleeve or an iron sleeve. I'm not sure which one they feel is necessary based on the rock here, but we'll find out later today. I'm excited to get my lady back, so we gotta go. We're at the airport.
I brought back a lot of luggage. There's actually a chandelier in that bottom one.
You really brought that back? Wow.
Yeah, I know. We have space, so. It has been a long night of travel, but it's a beautiful day, and I'm glad to be back.
So when I dropped Brittany off before Florida, we had found an antique store that had this old cool oak desk. We're going to pick it up. I put a deposit on it last week, and we're back with the trailer.
This is so exciting because I've actually never seen it in person. I only saw it on Facebook Marketplace, which actually turns out to be an excellent place to buy some like secondhand goods, but it's a secretary. It's not like just a desk.
True, true.
Or just a dresser. Yeah. It is a secretary, and it has like these amazing little magical, you know, doors and drawers with locks and keys, and this will be our first piece of furniture for the mill, technically.
Oh, can you believe that? Oh, and should I tell you one more thing?
Of course.
So yesterday I went and looked at a container, and we are new proud owners of a second container where we can store all the stuff that's outside under those tarps and our new secretary desk. But it'll have to be outside temporarily until we get it set up. But
fair enough.
Things are underway.
Wow, babe, you did a lot while I was gone.
Lot was moving and grooving.
Wow, guys, this is the time. This is just, yeah. We have arrived.
We have arrived. Having you back.
Yeah. Always a whirlwind coming back.
But we can't stay here for too long because those guys are doing the well, and I want to get there before they leave. So
drink the coffee fast.
And then we go. Like.
My first time seeing that crazy drill down there. Whoa. Are you happy? So happy, girl? Yes. Oh, sweetie. Hi, buddy. You look so handsome. Hi, good girl.
She missed you a lot.
Did she? Yeah. This is exciting. Oh my god.
Looks like all the PVC is laid out. Watch out, yeah. So each one of these tubes they're pulling out right now was part of the drill. So section after section, as it went down, they pulled the drain back or the drill back up, put a new section of the drill, and now they're sucking them all back out and putting them back on the truck.
So it was like that many.
Yeah. Each one is 3 meters, and they said they were 90 yesterday, so that would have been 30 yesterday, plus whatever they put in today. So there could be 40 tubes, and this is the PVC right here. So that's actually really helpful for us that they're using the PVC, because it'll be a lot cheaper, the cost of the well, because if they had to use iron, it was going to be substantially more. So I'm really grateful that that's what they can use here.
I've heard good things about PVC for water pipes too. got to see this. Like that they didn't finish.
I know. If you had been gone and missed out on this.
Oh, I would have been bummed.
Yeah. Oh, see right now, here comes, so they just pulled it back up. That's one of the sections of the drill. Hola, boom. Portia. Yesterday, he asked what our YouTube channel was because we were filming all the time, and I told him, so he went home and watched the episode. And he'll get to see himself in the future and show his family. Muito água?
Nada problem. Sempre água tá.
So grateful for this day. And you're back. Good thing we cleaned out this container and made some space for this. We're gonna put both the batteries, stack them because they're compact and they fit together so well on top of each other. The power company does cut out the power when there's emergencies around here and fires. Yeah. So that means we are on our own, and with this, we know we can run our pumps and keep the supply going to feed those sprinklers to protect the mill.
I love the handles they have on the sides. Wow. It's time to get them in position.
What I really love right now is that you can see and monitor the battery with the battery indicator right here. These are charged at 80%, so we're good to use them right now. But I love that you don't have to combine the batteries with the unit, and now we can just take one whole battery up there. And with the fusion cord, we can add multiple batteries and lock it. Now that all the batteries are connected, let's check them out. Look right there. Battery 1, 2, 3, and even a spot for a fourth.
Power core.
Love it. All right.
40. They're all out now, and now these go in. 120 meters.
Which is 360 feet.
Which is like 30 stories.
Yeah, 36 stories.
36 stories.
There. Whoa!
Now that's so whole.
Right down into our well.
It's a belly button to our property. It's definitely an innie. First tube is going in.
remains. In the future, we'll actually be able to drive or park a car over this. There'll be like a whole cement slab here.
It was really amazing to watch them like connect each one together before dropping it down and then connecting and dropping.
They're all riveted together.
Wow.
You know, this is 321 feet deep. 321.
1, 2, 3. Cool.
This is actually one big straw if you think about it.
It's true. Cool.
All we need now is a pump to be able to like suck it up and put it to the house. There's no way we could have known it was going to go down like this. Like, I'm so grateful for the process and the order of everything happening right now.
It has now been a few days since having our well drilled, and water has just been slowly but consistently running over. Our well digger said that 1 in 30 wells up here in the mountains, or 1 in 200 wells down in the Algarve will spill over like this. So I think we hit a main vein.